well-proportioned stop. Shot! Scores! Coburg wins the RBC Cup!
This is the OJ Today. What's up, everyone? I am Alex Bastyovanszky. It is so great to have you along for this week's program. And the division finals are upon us. There were some spectacular matchups that took place. And once again, it was a best of three affair. So no squad could afford to take a single night off. And we're going to start off in the South Division today, where two of the top ranked teams in Canada squared off. The number one seeded Junior Canadians against number two North York. Highlights now brought to you by Instat. Instat is the official analytics supplier to the OJHL. And in game one, it was the visiting Rangers that struck first at the Scotiabank Pond.
Takes him hard into the glass as the Rangers are going to bring it back the other way. Dimitriadis, Parekh, trailing, scores. Aiden Parekh
getting things going for the Rangers, and they nearly added to the lead shortly after. How the heck does this one stay out? Bounces right through the crease, but no dice. The JRCs hit back in the second. Hayden Heinrich, he will pop the bottle right there, and it was all knotted up at 1-1 at the 3:43 mark of the second frame. Just 40 seconds later, James Gray will make the initial stop here. Ben Van Watershoot, though, right there to bang home the rebound. And the JRCs go up for the first time in the contest. And then, watch this.
Kandata on the puck now for North York. Up ahead for Petrecchia. Whoa, Kandata! What a hurdle! An Olympic event here. What a play by Kandata.
Jaden showing off the impressive vertical, but back come the Rangers. Daniel Baldessar squeezes it past Selby Warren, and once again it was all tied up 2-2. Before the end of the period, though, Toronto would go back on top. Cooper Bertrand, sick moves, what a finish. And the JRCs led 3-2 at the break in the third. Bad news for the Rangers here. On an innocent-looking play, James Gray tweaks something, and he's frustrated. He's got to leave the game. Hardy Westman comes on to replace him and does a great job. Watch this monster save on Tyler Fukakusa. But the Canadians would add a late empty netter, and they take game one against their Southern Division rivals 4-2. Okay, game one of the North Division final between Pickering and Collingwood. This was a heck of a game as well. In the first, Zach Roy, watch this. Oh, Will Reddick getting the credit for the goal. Zach, the unofficial assist, but I mean, Zach Roy has just played so incredible all season long. He's allowed a goof every now and then. He's earned the right. Still, Collingwood led 1-0 late in the first. Cats on the power play. Lucas Littlejohn beats the screen Noah Pack. It's tied up 1-1. It stayed that way until overtime. Needed overtime to settle it.
Martin walks below the goal line, drops for Perry. He tries to cycle to Rodas, goes back to Ian Martin. Walks, takes the shot, scores! Ian Martin, the overtime winner, and the Pickering Panthers strike first.
The Panthers take game one, but the Blues sure made them work for it. 2-1, the final score. Now, the East Division final featured Coburg and Halliburton. This would turn out to be the best series of the second round. Huskies strike first here. Oliver Tarr. How do you leave Oliver Tarr uncovered like that? One of the most dangerous guys in the league. He makes it 1-0 Dogs, but the Cougars respond in the second with the man advantage. AJ Cook rips the twine, and it's 1-1. In the third, Coburg would take control. Devin Thibodeau, the point shot, finds its way home. Looked like it hit someone, but it's Devin's goal anyway. And then just 45 seconds later, Zach Smith in the right place at the right time smashes home the rebound. 3-1 Cougars. At that point, they would ultimately hold on to take game one. 5-3 is your final score in this one. Okay, the league has started announcing its award winners, and Rob Pearson of the Pickering Panthers is your coach of the year. He, of course, led Pickering to first in the North Division and a number 15 ranking in the CJHL top 20. And Rob, of course, a former first-round draft pick of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Way to go, Rob. And your trainer of the year is Jen Vaikunas of the Aurora Tigers. Not only did she do a great job with the team, but of course, along with Tigers head coach Greg Johnson and Collingwood trainer Lindsay O'Neill, helped save a man's life who had suffered a heart attack while playing shinny before an OJHL game back in February. Congratulations, Jen. Much deserved. This segment of the OJ Today is brought to you by Clean Quip. Clean Quip is the official disinfectant supplier to the OJHL. Welcome back, everyone. So, no question about it, the West Division Final was a highly anticipated matchup. Burlington was the number 1 seed, but Milton was second and finished the season on an absolute tear, nearly catching the Cougars down the stretch. And making things even juicier was the fact that these two cities share a border, so it was a short trip for fans of both teams, and the atmosphere in both rinks was off the charts. Yeah, the fans traveled well in this series, as you'll see. What an opener it was. We pick it up in the third with the game tied 2-2. Matt Zebedee all alone on the doorstep. He gives the Cougars the 3-2 advantage on the power play. Now, Burlington actually had the lead 3 different times in this game, but could not hold it. Thomas Gordon ties it yet again for Milton midway through the frame, and then controversy with just 34 seconds left. The Cougars think they've got the winner here, but the officials confer and say the net was off before the puck went in, and it's just a tough call. So this one needed overtime to decide things.
Here's Horsley. He'll dump it down. That one right to the corner. Here comes the shot, and they score! Amaral and the Milton Menace take game 1.
Tyler Amaral playing hero for the Menace. They win the opener 4-3 on the road. Here was game 2, back in Milton, and it felt like old times in Milton. 1,200 fans jamming the rink. They led 2-0 until Caleb Thiessen got the Cougars on the board, and then the Menace D-man blows a tire right there. Josh Belgrave off to the races. He is stopped, but Thomas Lennart follows it up, and he evens the score. On to the third. Aiden Hughes hammers the one-timer, and the home side was once again in the lead. 10 minutes later, though, all kinds of action in front of the net. Matt Franzoy gets credit for the Burlington goal. So it was all tied up again in Milton up until this.
Burlington looks to exit. Nice job by Forrester. Keeps it in. He goes back the other way. Forrester 3-on-2 for Milton. Walks in. Shot clock. Rebound. Scores! Ethan Sims! Another big time goal! Ethan Sims 4-3 Milton!
And that's the way it finished up. 2 incredible games, and Milton takes them both to knock off the Cougars and advance. The Canadians also had the chance to move forward if they could beat the Rangers in game 2, and they did just that. Just 38 seconds in, Jordan Fielding making it 1-0 for the blue, red, and white, the visiting blue, red, and white. Anyway, soon after, North York can't clear it. Ben Van Watershoot just kind of throwing it on goal. In it goes. JRC's led 2-0 after 20 minutes. They continued to add to it. Brett Bouchard, the AP, with his first career OJHL goal, and it is a big one. That makes it 3-0 Canadians. They put it away for good in the third. Liam Fedak with the tip that dribbles home. This one, never in doubt. A great season for the North York Rangers, but the JRCs just too powerful in the end. They take the series in 2 straight games. Okay, the OJHL's first team All-Stars were announced. Here they are. Dalton Bancroft, of course, he shared the OJHL scoring title with Brad Summers. 92 points Dalton got this year, and he, of course, is headed to Cornell University. He will be a Cornell Big Red in the near future. And the man he shared the scoring title with, Brad Summers of the St. Mike's Buzzers, 92 points as well. He gets a first-team All-Star nod, and Brad, of course, uncommitted actually at this point, which is surprising, but I'm sure there's a commitment coming soon. Tyler Fukakusa of the Junior Canadians, part of that just utterly terrifying JRC's offense. He finished third in OJ, scoring 88 points this season for the JRCs, and Fuchs, of course, is headed to RIT. He will be a Tiger in the fall of 2023. George Figueres, the D-man, picks up a first-team nod, and what an incredible season. Second on the Rangers in scoring with 48 points. As an OJHL 17-year-old rookie D-man, he is headed to Cornell University as well. And Brendan Tomlinson of the Pickering Panthers, the D-man, put up some gaudy numbers, 55 points in 54 games. But of course, he was just rock solid on the blue line, never mind the points. And Tomlinson has a commitment. He will be going to U Sports, York University, actually. And James Gray is your OJHL first All-Star team goalie, and what a season he had. Look at these stats. This might be, first of all, the save of the year, but 1.96 goals against average, .931 save percentage. And I love this save because, number one, it's fantastic, and afterwards, not only is he getting props from his teammates, but the referees as well. James Gray, first team All-Star. This segment of the OJ Today is brought to you by Warrior. Warrior is the official hard goods supplier to the OJHL.
Stepping out onto the ice, Bancroft, what a move, coming in, pass, scores! An empty net goal, but man, Bancroft with the setup.
Welcome back to the program, everyone. So with the regular season finished, the league has started naming its list of award winners for the season, and joining me today to talk about a few of those winners is OJHL.ca feature writer Ron Valentine. Ron, how are things?
Doing well, Alex. Staying healthy, fortunately, and good to be back on.
So as of the taping of this show today, there have been, as mentioned, some award winners that have been announced, and we're going to talk about them now. And let's begin with the gentleman who won the Executive of the Year award, Blake Ricci of the Toronto Junior Canadians. And Ron, there were obviously a lot of worthy candidates for this award this season, but it's really tough to argue against Blake as that pick. The Junior Canadians were just sensational.
You know, Alex, the one of the incredible parts about that is that the Junior Canadians and the season they had and the playoffs they're having, they did with just two guys in the final year of junior hockey. And that's a tribute to Blake and to the scouting staff. Blake's a young guy. He knows hockey inside out. He's pro-Canadians through and through, and he's a great communicator. I've talked to him several times, and he's very eager to communicate, and he's always very eager to give kudos to the people working with him too. He makes a great duo with Vince Bellissimo, and he's always talking about the rest of the staff. But Blake really deserves this honor. There's no question about it.
Trenton's Dalton Bancroft and St. Mike's buzzer Brad Summers shared the league's scoring title, 92 points apiece. And they were back and forth all season. It seemed like every week those guys were switching spots, but at the end of the day, they were fit to be tied, Ron.
Well, you know, Alex, going back again to the 2019-20 season, there's a tie again. It was Kyle Bollers from Brantford and Harrison Israels from Oakville, and they ended up tied for the scoring championship. And as you say, this year it was will it be Bancroft, will it be Summers? At one point, we were looking possibly at Bancroft getting 100 points. But it was back and forth, and Brad had a terrific ending to the season. He had 7 points in his last 7 games. He had a phenomenal 8-point game in one of them. And he's an intelligent guy. He's more of a setup man than Bancroft. Bancroft is a scorer who will do anything for the team to win. Play shorthanded, play on the power play, whatever it takes. A lot of times this season in Trenton's games, he's basically picked up the team and carried it on his shoulders. And two guys who are very worthy winners, and two different players. Bancroft 37 goals, Summers 27 goals. But as I said, Brad's a setup man, and they deserve to finish on top, no question.
James Gray of the North York Rangers took the award for the league's best goals against average, and 1.96, Ron, just absolutely unreal. And of course, the Rangers were the best defensive team in the league this season. They allowed the fewest amount of goals in the OJHL, and James Gray, obviously a big reason behind that.
You know, in the 2019-20 season, which was the last full season in the OJHL, of course, Eli Schiller was the number one goalie for the Rangers, and he played most of the games. James Gray played, I think, 24 games. He got 3 shutouts, but that was kind of a portent of what was to come. And now fast forward to this season, James, the number one guy, Hardy Westman, a terrific backup, and 1.96 goals against average, the same as Gray. But there are a lot of really, really top goalies in this league. But Gray with that average and a 9.58 save percentage, it was just a terrific performance, and I think he's really worthy of this, and he's got a big future in hockey for sure.
The league announced its first and second team All-Stars, and I just want to talk about one guy who made the first All-Star team. Defenseman George Figueres of the North York Rangers, a 17-year-old rookie in the OJHL, who of course is committed to Cornell. He's on the watch list for the NHL draft this summer. What an incredible season George had, Ron.
He stepped to play on a team that, as you said before, Alex, is renowned for playing top defensive hockey. But he came in as a rookie and right off the bat started to make contributions. He ended up getting, in his last 9 games, he ended up getting 15 points. But it's not just about the points for a blue liner, as you know, even though the people do look at how many points the defenseman got. George is just good in every area. And as you said, for a player of his age, he can do whatever it takes for the team. And again, a tremendous upside, and really... He's really made a difference with that North York team. Not only great defensively, but they all chip in offensively too.
Ron, we could sit here and do this all day, but unfortunately we are out of time for this segment. But thank you so much for taking the time to join us today, buddy. Stay healthy, and we'll chat soon.
Thanks, Alex. Nice to be back, and good luck to you the rest of the way.
This segment of the OJ Today is brought to you by NutraFarms, the official sponsor of the OJHL's Championship Series. Welcome back to the OJ Today, everyone. So the Cobourg Cougars pulled off the only 4-1 seed upset in the first round, taking down the Wellington Dukes. But by no means was this a massive shock. The Cougars finished the season 9 games over 500 and are absolutely fearless. They were looking to knock off second-seeded Halliburton in the East Division Final. Cobourg had already taken Game 1 on the road, so could win the series with a victory at home in this one. 1,500 on hand, scoreless until the second period. Justin Jammer off to the races. Roof Daddy, Cats are up 1-0 in the third. Bad luck for Cobourg, though. Justin Barone's stick breaks. Cameron Kasurko feeds Peyton Shaley. Them's the breaks. It's tied 1-1. Overtime was needed.
Puck comes in behind a first place at your side. Bodies all over to the half-board wall. And shot score! Sammy Solarino wins it in overtime. And we're going to Game 3 of this series.
Kevin Dean with the call. Halliburton takes Game 2 in overtime, forces the third and deciding contest back in Minden. And what a game this was. The rink was packed. A lot of Cobourg fans making the trip north. Jack Gilbert makes them happy with the opening tally. 14 seconds later, though, Patrick Saney evening it up for the Huskies. In the second, Shaley accepts the stretch pass here and puts Halliburton up for the first time in the contest. And in the third, Sam Solarino got pulled down on a breakaway. He gets awarded a penalty shot, and Sam makes no mistake. Yeah, they were pumped, leading by 2 goals, but hold on, Coburg made it 3-2, and then with under 5 minutes left, Michael Palandra wrists it home. It was all tied up again. This one went to overtime. Just look at all the Cougars fans there. Andy Rice, the hero for Coburg, as he scores the winner and ends what was a great first season in Halliburton for the Huskies. The same evening, Pickering was in Collingwood trying to close out its series. Another great crowd, 1,400 on hand. First period, Ryan Johnstone tips it past Noah Pack, and the visitors go up 1-0 late in the period. Ian Martin, the quick point shot that eludes Pack. It was 2-0. And it stayed that way until the third.
Couldn't keep it in. Pilosov with it. Down into the Collingwood zone. Trying to get by Williamson. He does. Pilosov backhand scores.
Elijah Pilosov finishing things off in style. A very good season for Collingwood, but ultimately Pickering proves to be a bit too much. Here's how things currently are in the playoffs. You see the semifinal now. Pickering will take on Milton. And in the Southeast, the final will be Coburg against the Junior Canadians. Both of those series are going to be incredible. OG Leaders now brought to you by NutriFarms. NutriFarms, the official sponsor of the league's championship series. Your playoff scoring leaders, this is obviously going to change because all these guys have been eliminated, but Lenartz, followed by Patrick Saney. There were actually 6 guys tied in third spot, but Belgrave, Bancroft, and Sterling Walters were 3 of them. Plays of the week now brought to you by Troy Hockey Apparel. Troy is the official apparel provider to the Ontario Junior Hockey League.
Up ahead for Petrecchia. Whoa, Kandana! What a hurdle! An Olympic event here. What a play!
Goes back to Ian Martin. Walks, takes the shot, scores! Ian Martin! The overtime winner, and the Pickering Panthers strike first.
O'Donnell walks in, low save. Nice stop by Deese on the rush. Rebound chance, it's gone! Aiden! Yeah!
Singer from the line. Bertrand walks in. What a move. Bertrand scores! Oh, Cooper Bertrand!
Bodies all over to the half-board wall, and shot score! Sammy Solarino wins it in overtime, and we're going to game 3 of this series.
He'll dump it down. That one right to the corner. Here comes the shot, and they score! Amaral and the Milton Menace take game 1.
And Baker couldn't keep it in. Pilosov with it. Down into the Collingwood zone. Trying to get by Williamson. He does. Pilosov backhand scores.
And that is going to wrap things up for today's show. But just a reminder, all through the playoffs, to keep up to date with everything that's going on in the OJHL, be sure to check out the league's different social media outlets. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week.